This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Just bask in that sound for a bit.
So things are happening in Dagger of Amon Ra.
Technically, you haven't read that box yet.
It's true, yeah. You know, I'm setting the scene here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. My apologies.
I'm doing our mise-en-scene of what is currently happening.
I really fucked it up. I really fucked it up, and I'm sorry. No.
It's okay. I apologize for making you apologize, Matt.
No. This is on me.
Let's just do the mailbag now. Let's just empty out the rest with this chanting. God, it's so stressful.
You hear ominous chanting as you encounter a strange ceremony. Ooh. I did a little dance.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey, the ants with their little meat. And the ferret.
Excuse me, I was looking for the women's lounge.
You're coming with us, young lady.
I think you're making a mistake.
You've seen too much. We can't let you go.
Not to worry, I won't remember seeing this room or you or anything, really. I've got a terrible memory. Can't even remember my own name half the time.
I'm sorry you found us. Our cult of Amon Ra must remain a secret. There's too much at stake here. Too many important people are involved.
Cult of Amon Ra in the museum basement?
This room is a forgotten part of the original museum. We're here so that we're safe here as long as no outsiders are aware of our existence.
Forgotten.
Oh, well, my lips are sealed. If you want to dance and sing and have little meetings down here, that's your business.
You cannot be trusted, Miss Bow. You're a newspaper reporter. We could have featured an article on one of tomorrow's newspapers if we let you go.
But people are gonna miss me. They'll search the museum.
The police will never find this room or your body.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Where did I go? I turned myself invisible? Oh dear, no. Right. Ha. You don't really plan to kill me, do you?
Of course not.
With that of molten gold will kill you.
What a relief.
Kill is such an ugly word. Actually, we're gonna sacrifice you to Amon Ra.
Can we talk about this?
There's nothing to discuss. You should be proud to die in such an honorable fashion.
Weird thing for Edwin to say.
Young Egyptian maidens used to fight for the privilege of being sacrificed to the great Amon Ra.
No, wait a
that's
minute.
not true.
I thought the ancient Egyptians didn't make human sacrifices.
You're familiar with the history of ancient Egypt, Miss Bow?
Well, I've learned a few things.
Perhaps we should test you.
Good.
Do I have any other options?
We can test you or sacrifice you. It's your choice.
I'm liking this idea more and more. What kind of test is it?
Amon Ra may choose to intervene on your behalf. It's our tradition that we must let you live if you can answer Amon Ra's riddle.
Great. Amon Ra asked me a question?
Oh my god, it's all been leading to this.
Of course! You'll have to answer the riddle with the hieroglyphics.
I was afraid it would be something like that. Okay, what's the riddle?
Amon truly is gonna Rask us a question.
It's a two-part riddle. What is the room you leave without entering? Ooh.
Ooh.
Does anybody know the answer to the riddle?
Yeah,
that
I
is
think the answer is Egyptology.
Do you know my daddy? I was 1929 tweeting you.
It's weird how many people did end up knowing your father, though. Most people didn't.
It's true.
But non-zero
So-
did.
Yeah. It's strange that there was a number more than none. Yeah, so the room that you leave but do not enter.
I've heard it before, but I don't remember the answer.
Matt?
The room that you leave but do not enter?
Or leave without entering.
You leave without entering.
Oh my
answer to
god.
every
I hear
riddle.
tippy tapping.
That's not...
I hear
it.
keyboard cheating.
That's not keyboard cheating. That's me. That's
That's the sound Matt's brain makes when he thinks.
Which building?
Clickety clackety
is it?
click.
All right, are you ready?
Sorry?
The building you
Yeah.
leave without. What building is
The
that?
room
It's
you
the building in which you were born.
The hospital?
room you were born
the
in.
hospital.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good though.
You can return to the
But it
hospital.
didn't say
No.
we couldn't. It just said,
But it is a room that you leave without entering.
You're not true. You're not entirely wrong. You're very close.
Is it the
The answer
womb?
that the game wants is the womb. That's
Womb.
correct.
Oh, we gotta spell it out.
Wombi.
That's
Point to the owl. Point
Just
to
B-A-T.
Wombat.
Like, oh, she's got it. And then A-T.
That's correct. Now the second riddle. What is the... I
Room
didn't
you
read
enter
it
without
inside.
leaving. Yeah, what's the...
Tomb.
the room you enter without leaving.
What's the room you enter without leaving?
Womb tomb.
Ooh, they're not related. And they don't rhyme.
Tomb.
Very impressive. You are the first person who ever answered that riddle correctly. The width of Amon Ra apparently wants to spare your life. Will you swear to keep our location a secret?
Of course.
Oh,
I promise.
then you may leave. May the great Amon Ra guide your footsteps.
Thank you. Now I just have to outrun the person who's been chasing me.
Who's chasing you? Do you think they'll find their way in here?
I'm not sure who it is, but I believe it's the same person who stole the Dagger of Amon Ra from its display case. And I'm sure they'll find their way in here because I certainly left a trail and left doors open. And
If that's true, they will not leave this room alive. I suggest you leave through our secret escape route behind the altar. Go now and remember your promise. Woo!
Thanks. Have fun in jail, you weirdo.
it's going to be white robe against black robe.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's
Oh,
just,
okay, no, now
you hope that the dude with the club comes in and they're all dead. Just everyone. One blow to the head each.
Anyway, Idris, I don't know why it didn't happen. Okay? I don't even
Yeah.
have any theories.
This is licensing.
my back.
It's probably just something.
I think
mundane.
it's possible it's possible there might be a limited overlap between people who like MacGyver and people who like video games.
I actually don't know if that's true. I mean, there are the people who liked MacGyver because Richard Dean Anderson was hunky.
Like,
But
I
still-
enjoyed MacGyver, I enjoy video games. So it's a non-zero overlap.
Same.
But people even a little younger than me don't know who MacGyver is.
Yeah, fair.
Entirely unrelated to this question, watched the Myth Force episode 100 MacGyver special just yesterday evening. So, it was very interesting. Did I say Myth Force? I meant Mythbusters. If I did say,
Oh, yeah.
If I didn't say it. Myth Force is the video game. No, so I don't know. My guess is licensing issues. Not every, especially back when MacGyver was sort of mainstream, there weren't that many television executives who really saw very much promise in video games. Video games was not the multi-billion-dollar industry that has quickly overtaken film and traditional TV media that it is today. And even as recently as the last decade or so, I had the privilege to go to the SIGGRAPH convention a number of years ago, probably about 8 years ago or something like that. It was the year that either the year of or the year after John Carter of Mars came out from Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And even that recently, film industry people were very vocally at big industry events, just shitting all over video games as inferior technology, even though the John Carter of Mars people completely straight-faced basically described deferred rendering as this magical new technology that they had just discovered that made their rendering process a whole lot faster. So, take that as you will. But up until fairly recently, video games were not really respected by a lot of other sort of traditional media, and still aren't too much, in many places. So I wouldn't be surprised if quite possibly maybe even someone approached the MacGyver people and were like, hey, we would like to make a video game sort of using your IP, and was turned down. And I mean, also very few TV to video game adaptations did particularly well. So if they had seen any number of Indiana Jones video games, or the Addams Family video games, Home Alone video games, that probably also could have really turned them off of that, because it usually went to console. And I mean, hell, even Sierra did a couple of old Disney IP adventure games back in the day, Winnie the Pooh and Dark Cauldron, which we did, or Black Cauldron. So I don't know, that would be my guess, is it was just a licensing thing, either somebody turning it down or it being too expensive to bother licensing and making a video game out of.
I can imagine someone from a team of game developers pitching the idea of a MacGyver game to the MacGyver team, and just after the pitch, it's just a few moments of silence, and then Richard Dean Anderson stands up without saying a word and just strikes them about the head and shoulders with an open hand until they leave the room. Stone-faced.
I think there's.
I mean, there's also the very real possibility that, and this happened with the first video game that I worked on a long time ago when I was QA at Konami. The first game I worked on was based off of a Nickelodeon property called Shaolin Showdown. And one of the showrunner sort of Bible notes that the Konami publishing team and the development team at a little studio called Bottle Rocket, that was doing the development of the game, had to abide by was none of the characters could die. And I mean, the Now, obviously, like, that's all going to come down to interpretation, and the same choice would be like, okay, we can't permanently kill anybody. The game, the developers of the game, or somebody at Konami, I'm not really sure where the decision came down from, but decided that in the game that would mean that the players cannot actually game over. Basically, like, they couldn't actually die, or they couldn't actually, like, lose their lives. So, that game did not do very well commercially. You can still find it if you look for it on the Xbox and PlayStation 2, I think, back in the day. There was also a Nintendo DS game that came around at the same time, developed by a different studio called Razorback. That was very different from that. Also a fun game, though.
You are, like, dead on the money, though, because, like, people didn't make video games out of IPs. They just didn't. Like, the only reason, like, LucasArts had like Indiana Jones is because they already owned it. True. Sierra had somehow wrangled the Black Cauldron, but like
Donald Duck as well. They did Donald Duck's Playground or something. Yeah.
They had a little bit of Disney
just had
stuff.
a good relationship with Disney.
But there was a couple adventure games that were Star Trek the original series based, Judgment Rights and 25th Anniversary, and they had the actual voices of the whole cast. That's incredible. And I don't know how that was a licensing thing, I'm sure.
But
it's not extremely difficult once you have access to the IP to also get actors on board. Generally speaking, like, every actor that I have worked with has been very happy and enthusiastic to reprise roles that they have played previously.
But the fact that those got made, and that was probably in the 90s sometime, so like that was still in the time. So there just, I think for the property, like, there has to be like original series people are probably nerds who like computer games, so maybe there was like a willingness. Or does
do that.
Very
likely.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it even like like Gene Roddenberry was like partially responsible for the no, I'm thinking of something else. But like, I'm pretty sure that like there was a fair amount of overlap between sort of Gene Roddenberry and the original Star Trek team. And I mean, like, I think if memory serves, and I don't remember where I heard this, but like Leonard Nimoy was into video games and stuff like that as well. So
even in sci-fi, like Harlan Ellison with I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, like, he was very involved in that game. So I think sci-fi people are just are much more open to the new media.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
like Star Trek games. Yeah, always, right?
Yeah, sci-fi nerds are into
even stuff like EGA Track. Like, there are so many, like really early Star Trek games, because nerds like games and sci-fi.
But that's the only, like, those are the only, like, major IPs I can think of. Like, also, like, Atari ruined IP video games for a lot of people.
True.
Which
they can be an incredibly mixed bag,
and a lot of really low effort, like, console IP tie-ins. When I said Indiana Jones, I was not thinking about the LucasArts Indiana Jones point-and-click adventures. Those are actually very good examples of a well-made adventure game IP tie-in. Like, those are fantastic.
Wouldn't it?
But again, actual
like
ownership of the IP rights. So.
Well, that's it, right? Like, a LucasArts MacGyver game would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been fantastic.
So cool. Well.
Yep.
It's not too late. It's
probably too late.
Well, I mean, we're seeing a resurgence, right? Like, of a couple of, like, older IPs getting picked up for, either revivals of one sort or another, or video game adaptations. There's like a brand new Indiana Jones game coming out soon.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yes.
Pretty sure there was a new MacGyver a while ago.
There was a 2016 show, which I think is that still running?
Was there a new MacGyver? I know that there was like a new Magnum PI.
Yeah, no, there was.
I was home for Christmas. My parents had cable, and it's always nice to sort of visit that era of the past. So I would just turn on cable and see what was on. I was horrified to see a new MacGyver.
Yes, MacGyver went from 2016 to 2021.
Okay,
he was.
It's a long run. This is a reasonable run.
He was young
in
and
the era
hot.
of Netflix shows that get 2 seasons at a time.
That's true.
Who played MacGyver in that?
Lucas Till.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's an actor.
I hope so.
Well, I gathered that much, considering that he played the role of the main role in a TV show.
Yeah, he had career fluctuations and a breakthrough with MacGyver.
Yeah, so we wouldn't know him from anything. Like, what else has he been in?
I'm gonna Google him while we're talking about it.
He's been in some stuff, you know?
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Lucas Till is an enemy of the show.
I know what you mean. I don't know.
An
he an
enemy of the show. Wow.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
You heard it here first,
He was
folks.
in-
Kill on sight.
Whoa, no. No.
He was in X-Men First Class. I think he was.
Oh,
Was he Magneto in
I
that?
saw that. So hold on. Wait
X-Men
a second.
First Class? No.
No, he was Alec. He was Havoc.
He was
Alex
Havoc.
Summers.
Yeah, he was Havoc. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I have seen this
95
fellow.
episodes. The new MacGyver.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he's
Havoc
not.
then MacGyver. Enemy
Yeah.
of the show.
Yep, enemy of the show. Enemy of the show.
He's also Havoc in X-Men Days of Future Past.
Please don't hurt or maim Lucas Till if you see him, please.
I mean, probably
Just because they're enemies of the show does
Don't
not mean
don't
they're
mistreat him
everything
either.
violent.
Like don't
Yeah.
be wary of him. But that's it.
Yeah.
Just don't tell him your
Be fearful of
affiliation
him.
with the channel Level 0 NPCs. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You may not be safe, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't bring any harm to him.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Like Corey Feldman, also an enemy of the show.
Oh, he was in a Taylor Swift music video as the boy next door in 2009.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
How about that?
There you go. That's all the MacGyver you came for.
And it all comes around full circle.
We do have
That hot MacGyver gossip.
we do have an Amon Rescue question. We have one more.
Let's
Wow,
do
and
it.
there's no loud music, so you can hear the sound.
That is perfect because Nat Almiral said Amon Rescue question. See? It's good. So now that you have close to 2 Lauras under your belt,
Yep.
what would a third Laura Bow game look like? Besides, of course, the badass Crimson Diamond. FMV? Nazis? Some sort of animal companion?
I like how random those all seem. Like, they're not related at all.
I mean, if we're talking about actual chronological release dates,
Yeah.
the next step in the Sierra path would have probably been an FMV game. I couldn't see Laura Bow going like full cartoon, like Torrens Passage, Leisure Suit Larry 7, or King's Quest 7.
Yeah.
So it would probably go the Gabriel Knight way of like live actors.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, like, although it's still it seems very unlikely that it's actually going to be a third Laura Bow game. But what is it? The Clockwork Orange?
I think that's something else, Luke. It could have done something like in King's Quest 8, where it's kind of like a 3D thing, but also maybe they would have done it like a Tomb Raider thing, where it's kind of a bit of...
Could have.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were going to do like a 3D Laura Bow game, my guess is it would have been sort of an Alone in the Darky kind of thing.
Oh, how nice would that have been?
It would have been interesting, but I mean, like, much in the same way that the Mask of Eternity is too much of a gameplay like departure from the original games. I feel like maybe even if that might have been the choice that they had made, like, I don't think that it would have been a fan accepted sequel.
But an FMV would have had a
Whereas
chance,
the-
because Gabriel Knight 2 did really well.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. No, I mean, like, they did well with FMV, right? Like, they pioneered some shit with Phantasmagoria and continued sort of down that path with PQ4 and Gabriel Knight. So it feels like the logical choice. And I mean, it seems like their sort of mystery horror track was going the FMV route, generally speaking.
So it was Laura Bow and the Mechanical Codex. That
Mechanical Codex.
yeah,
Clockwork
yeah.
Orange. So good.
Very different. Very different.
I really love how in this episode we just pumped the brakes. on this game because
Oh yeah, anyone who was enjoying that brisk bit of gameplay is screaming right now.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
no,
That's so
like-
stressful for us. We don't do that.
That was a sweet release, man. Like, you know, this is afterglow time for them. I mean, unless they realize that we are like within sentences of finishing the game on the walkthrough.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think we need to take a second here and discuss that. What is the plan?
So,
Do we want to finish this thing? What do we want to do? Do we want to wait till next
well,
week?
I mean, we're coming up on, you know, about an hour and a quarter of like actual recording time today. So timeline wise, even though it would not be satisfying for people, we could stop before we continued on to the ending. Did the ending in a subsequent week and therefore be ever so slightly closer to the release date of the Crimson Diamond. Now, I would say that the likelihood that we are going to get beyond the currently available demo space of Crimson Diamond and into full game as yet unseen space of the game feels low for us. Before the game will launch in August.
Right.
Are you insinuating that we are inefficient in the way that we play games?
Ever so slightly.
And unprofessional in the way that we present them?
I'm going to say we have a brand.
Hey,
And that brand does not lend itself to efficiency.
Julia, just give us the full version and we'll scoop it.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Well, what I was going to say is, like, we can probably just start playing on the 1.0 version of the game.
Yeah.
And just, like, you know, my guess is we will not get beyond the currently publicly available demo content before the game launches.
Leaks.
For the game
God.
leaks.
The game leaks from us. Yeah, no, let's do it. We'll continue next week then. We'll finish it. Guys.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish Amon Ra next week, but let's at least take care of Steve here.
Yeah, all right.
Because he's just been lying in this box of coal.
Yeah.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin. Although the coal has dirtied his face and hair, it looks suspiciously like Steve. Let's go take a look.
God, is he lucky that coal chute didn't lead straight to the furnace.
Steve, being the large unconscious type stevedore he is immovable in his current unconscious state. And he's got coal all over his body.
Oh my god, we have a way to wake him up.
Snake oil.
Snake
Great.
The
oil.
Bone Club.
Snake oil.
Club.
A key.
We could stab him with a knife.
Asphyxiate him with Yvette's garter belt.
Put some fun glasses on him.
He appears to be a tall Caucasian male with smallish pores and good
That's
muscle
so
tone.
weird, Laura. What on earth?
That's what she likes in a man.
She
Small pores, good
knows-
muscle tone.
She knows what she likes. Use
Yeah.
those smelling salts. Let's do it. Come on.
I like the.
There's a
poor
large
smell.
pile of bituminous coal in the coal bin used to keep the furnace stoked. The musty scent of the coal reminds you of the cellar in your father's house where you used to play while your father worked on his pet projects. But you digress.
Do you know my father's
Just a
cellar?
quick sense memory from her youth as a cake monster.
They made me play in the cellar when the company came over, and I had to stay real quiet.
Oh,
What was jet black and covered?
It's jet black and covered with coal dust. You see nothing out of the ordinary, although you don't really have time to stop and examine each chunk individually.
The hell we don't.
The hell we don't.
You don't know us.
Oh, I remember this. This is awful. Do it. Yep. Hey.
Steve appears to be in great pain.
Does he have anything to say about that? Steve. Tell me where it hurts. Tell me where it hurts.
Well,
Steve.
get the Bone Club.
Put him out of his
Do we
misery.
need to give him a medicated boot?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, try
it's
all
over.
over. Try all over.
Stomp
It's all
on his
over, he
feet
died.
face. You can't really. You can't even. He just has nothing to say. He's just in that much pain.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess.
He's just howling in agony.
Oh,
He's just kill me. Oh
Steve,
God.
what happened?
oh.
It says revive him with your smelling salts, then quickly give him his missing boot. Did I
Yes, you got to
miss
do
an
it quickly, or else he
opportunity to
steps
give
on a
him
nail,
fucking
and then this is over. It's
Wow.
So fun.
Failure state.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's a good thing we saved just now.
We're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
You cannot see him at all in that coal. They should have, poked his little red head out of that.
I mean, this has got his leg sticking
Well,
out.
it looks just like a boot.
He's the only one in suit boots.
Suit boots
Suit boot.
in the chute.
Boot suit.
Oh,
Suit
suit
boots,
boot.
chute
Suit
bruises.
boots does have some chute bruises.
Yeah. It's true.
I love
It's
it.
an oddly prescient joke we made.
Well,
There we go. He's safe now.
oh, my head. What happened, Laura?
Yes, Steve. I was so worried about you. Are you all right?
I think so. I remember hearing someone coming up behind me as I turned around. Somebody slugged me. Cripes, man, hurts.
They must have dumped you down the coal chute. Let me see where you were hit.
Just full brains exposed.
I'm all right.
Oh,
all right.
dear me.
Don't touch it.
Honestly,
It's a
you
cold
men can be
lodged in his
such
medulla oblongata.
crybabies. Do you think you can walk? We have to get out of here. Someone's been murdering everybody in the museum, and whoever it is after me. Your brain is exposed a little bit.
Yeah, I can make it.
I can see the back of your eyes like an owl.
I'm with you. Let's go. I mean, where
Good
we gonna
question.
go? I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, right into the furnace. They'll never look for us there.
Let's crawl in. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody, don't forget about the KRULLtember KRULLtacular 2024 coming this September.
It's coming right up. You know what I kind of want to do for the KRULLtember KRULLtacular, in addition to the other stuff we have planned? Just a second watch party of Krull.
Just do one every year.
Just watch
With
the
different
movie
commentary
again.
track.
We'll watch it again. We'll talk about different things. The PCs could watch it with us. Just make it an annual tradition.
We'll stream it until it gets shut down.
We absolutely could.
Sort of the you can't cross the same river twice kind of thing, you know? We're different people than we were last
Oh,
September.
yes.
And it'll be a different Krull.
Probably not. Unless you have a different version of it. But it'll feel different. It'll feel different.
The Cyclops will look the same,
I,
but maybe you'll be used to him by then.
No, it's all built up in my head now. It's even worse. It's so ugly. Why did they make him so ugly? We're supposed to like him, and they made him look worse.
He's beautiful.
Rel is
inside.
beautiful. Look at this face.
No, I already put my hand over it. It's fine. Every time. You can't make me look at that thing. It's horrible. And the thing is, I guess
beautiful.
it's because art should bring strong feelings. They don't always have to be good feelings. So yeah, fine. Good job. You made me feel something.
Well, like
He is
These people.
he is scary. Like the characters react to him with fear, the ones who don't know who he is or what he is.
It's true.
it's true. They're scared of him.
He's harrowing to look at. You're not wrong though.
Like they didn't like in like movies when some characters get scared and you're like, I don't know why you're scared of that guy. I know why they're scared of Rel.
Yeah. Well, they took him though. They took him along, and I wouldn't have.
Only the child really likes him. Everybody else is kind of like, I don't know about that.
I don't think the child could see that far up his face because the kid is small and he's so big.
Yeah.
You just see the underside of his chin. Like, I like that guy. You don't know. He doesn't know. If he knew.
Hey, save it for September. I mean,
See,
KRULLtember.
we found something I feel strongly about. There we go. That's the one we found tonight. Well, I mean, we know.
Oh, we knew you felt
so.
strongly about Krull.
Thank you for letting me relive
Rel
that.
in particular.
Yeah. Ugh.
I think we should do.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
I think you know what I think we should do. I think we should watch Masters of the Universe.
Oh, I'd love
KRULLtember.
to.
Let's do that.
That sounds fun.
It's
right.
yeah, it's probably nowhere near as good as I
KRULLtember,
remember. Yeah,
The KRULLtember, where we watch a different '80s fantasy movie every year. Be funny. Be funny.
I mean, nothing saying that we can't.
No, we make
All
the
right.
rules.
All right, everybody, find
Yeah.
yourselves tomorrow.
Find it between the couch cushions, probably. That's where it usually is.
I was so close to
That's
throwing
not
my
fair.
brother Andrew under the bus during the Corey Feldman thing, because one of his favorite movies when we were kids was Rock and Roll High School Forever with Corey Feldman. And I urge you, do not look that up. Do not watch it. Do not seek it out. It's fucking terrible.
What makes it bad though?
It is basically it's a Corey Feldman musical
Oh
about
no!
high school.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where he
High School
where
Musical
he
before
spends
High School Musical.
he spends the whole time hitting on his teacher and then eventually hooks up with her at the end.
Oh no!
It's
Wow.
really bad.
Oh dear me!
It's really bad. Yeah. Anyway, leave us your Amon Rescue questions. If you want to, if you're curious, watch the trailer. That's all you need. It's really bad.
Can I just say, to bring this full circle, I was so surprised that Amon did in fact ask us a question,
I know.
and that Suit Boots did in fact get some chute bruises. That's wild. That's a crazy coincidence.
I feel like this episode just did everything it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Time to retire.
Perfect episode.
Perfect episode. Flawless.
Flawless.
Guys, you don't have very many chances to leave us a Amon Rescue question, so get it out.
I want you guys to leave us so many questions that we can't finish the game next week.
Yes.
Yeah, put it off.
Like 140 questions. Like just so many that we can't possibly get through them. They don't have to be good. They just have to be hard to answer.
If you guys just want to go, if those of you who are on the Discord, if you just want to like copy and paste every question you've ever asked, do it. Put it in the YouTube
Yeah.
comments. We'll do it. Don't do that.
Maybe I'll ask a
Don't.
question or 10.
Maybe, hey, NPCs, over the next week, can we each put a question on? Julia, you've inspired me.
Yeah. I'm totally in for
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it with my personal account. It's going to be great.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
this
If I have a
I'm
personal
gonna
account.
go order me a wet corpse on a mammoth
Oh.
skull.
Yum. A meat banana split
With a pickle on top.
with a pickle on top.
Big one.
Oh, pickles and bananas. That's a bad combination.
Yeah.
I was thinking a rack of ribs with a pickle on top, but you know. We'll see.
All right, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, love you, bye.
Yeah, we're really
Like, comment, and subscribe.
stick and stay. We're really into you. Yada yada. You know the whole spiel now.
Yada yada.
Smash that bell right in its stupid
Smash
face.
it.
Remember to always think about us. Always. Never stop.
If you're not thinking about us, you should be worried.
Never don't be thinking about the level 0 NPCs.
Yeah.
We're like fairies. If you don't think about us, we die. Goodbye, everyone.
We're a huge part of your life. Remember that. Bye.